Yeah, that correct. That is General. Yeah, Mag is missing.
Mag, no, he was there. He's literally just behind General. He's on whoever.
No, behind General is
whoever. He's next to whoever. I think Seneko, not Seneko. The PC next to General. Mag was sitting next to that guy in the previous game.
Yep.
He's there. He's in the room.
Okay, I trust him.
He just doesn't need to be in camera shot, you know. He's got all the stacks of papers.
He's worried about wins, not recognition or making it known that he's involved in coaching.
Yeah, but he is the coach, guys.
Yeah,
that is.
Let it be known.
Remaining.
I like the last two bans for Navi here, just trying to protect the PL, who already matches up well against enemy heroes, but could be weak in lane. One place that's a little dangerous for him.
I think right now Underlord is a insanely good pick for Gambit. You just put the puck mid, the Morphling into carry roll, pick up this big Underlord, you pressure the PL in the lane, you deal with the Beastmaster pressure as well. There is only one source of tower push, therefore park Underlord in front. Game becomes pretty good.
My only concern is that it's a little slow. Like the lane with Earth Spirit isn't great, and I think you might want something that's a bit more active. It's a bit odd, but I think LC could be really effective. Both cores, if they get cleansed, are just immediately saved, and it is my favorite hero to play against PL.
But a big lack of damage, in my opinion. Like it might feel nice
too.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
They go for the Doom himself. Okay, so
again,
I love this idea from Navi though, because it potentially forces. Okay, let's go for a shape. Okay.
Now select your.
So it's just gonna be the mid morphling into Doom once again. Now it's off lane puck.
Yeah, it's all gonna be that Axe Doom timing though. My God, the PA just gets wrecked. No evasion, no crit when doomed with Ags. Like that's just game over.
Which draft do you prefer, Kyle?
God, I think Navi this time. Their lanes are so strong. Off-lane puck into PL Disruptor. Good luck.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to kill Disruptor a lot, though. I feel like they can actually pressure with those two heroes. It makes me more confident in their lineup, especially because they can put Morphling against Doom again. Like the issues last game. I mean, it'll be easier for Doom to Doom people this game because they've got Glimpse. Because that was the issue every time. It's like he wanted to Doom, but they were always like 400 units away from his tower, which made it rough. So I think it's gonna be a lot closer for sure. And if Navi does good rotations in the early mid, they should blow this game out of the water with their better tempo.
All right,
so lane specific.
Thank you very much, Perch. We'll come back to you at the end of the game. Calvin talked about laning stage a lot. Is this going to be more even laning stage, or is anybody forced to come out of there at least, you know, decent? Is anybody going to lose if they lose a laning stage?
I think both teams have pressure to perform.
Yeah.
I feel like the Doom PL just kind of scale exponentially in this game. When you hit the Ags timing and a PL suddenly becomes too tanky, you just can't do a damn thing as AS Monaco Gambit anymore.
Yep, pretty much. When the PL gets to kind of the heart timing, and then the Doom has like BKB Ag Shivas, it pretty much mitigates what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
that's an immersion Earth Spirit. Usually he gets banned in almost every one of his games. Level 27 Earth Spirit player.
Yeah, it's definitely comfort on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Navi, especially considering the way they were able to win that game off the Earthshaker and Beastmaster combo, and then you give Iceberg his Doom again. Even if it didn't go well last time, then you've got V-Tune on Signature Phantom Lancer. It's like, it's all comfort for Navi.
Yeah, and this time it's not as much pressure on Iceberg to be like, oh my god, who am I dooming? Oh my god, you know, there's this Morphling and this other guy, you know, 3 hero targets that I don't know which one to doom. They have other heroes to control. They have other heroes to actually allow him to cast the doom. They have Earthshaker to set up with a Fissure, because last game I just saw Iceberg trying to set up the doom and he can't, and they have always want to fly and Disruptor. Get battle flag.
Rolling up Fearless here, but quickly rolls away. Oh, he didn't make it! Roger stopped him with the Fissure. They're going to cut around the trees, and he's not going to be able to roll away. Well done. They're going to try and give it up to somebody specifically, and it's Iceberg. They give it to their mid.
First blood.
Get him any type of advantage versus a Morphling so he can do a little bit better, because he did do decent in the matchup the last game. He didn't crush it, but this will give him a slight edge. As we see General immediately skill Axes this time around. He is going to be playing versus that high base armor hero, the PA, and versus Enchantress. Doesn't want to get more, and Axes are magical, so not too bad versus those high armor Agi here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, they're going to battle again here. Seneko exerting enough pressure there that he will be able to get the bounty rune uncontested. So that is going to be Gambit.
Very nice. All right, so let's see how all these lanes will end up turning out. As I want to see how bottom turns out in particular, because now that last game really felt like they just gave up way too much down bottom with always want to fly in general. So gonna be watching them, as this is an easier lane to not feed gold to. PA much harder hero to actually just take advantage of things on like a Wraith King and Enchantress. There's no board, you know, he's not skilling it, so they won't have to worry about the counter.
Yeah, and as a result, the Fisher is going to be less effective as well, right? Like, part of the success of Fisher blocking was the fact that you get General at fast level 3, whereas Boar is really... Plus, if the lane is very long, it means the Boar slow is even more effective. But here, if you're forced to level axes, don't feel comfortable ever summoning a Boar against an Enchantress, then that kind of nullifies both of them.
At least General's going to get away with the lane, right? So he can't get bullied out of the lane by any means. He'll be able to always just hit the PA pretty decently with the Earthshaker, just blocking Enchantress from playing Enchantress. You see the double wards being committed by Roger to ensure that Ench does not get any type of creep.
Wonder if Roger is ever going to be free enough to rotate into mid, or if that doesn't really feel that good against a Morphling. I guess it all just depends on how ballsy no one is going to be with being agility morphed all the time.
I actually would like to see him do that, because I saw him start with this early smoke. I think it's something really clever that you can do, where your morph is just always, you know, you're playing at like 1 HP bottling up. You could just get hit by a fissure from the sideline under a ward and just die. So I think there is that potential. General, I don't think he's going to get pressure down here too much, especially if he plays safe when Roger does move away and he gets the lane resets.
And look at today,
this triple creep wave.
He's desperate. He's like, please, no, don't do it. Don't block the hard camp. But Roger does find his way there, blocks it once again. So still no creep for Seneko to be able to play around with.
But Dream is going to deny this entire creep wave bottom. He has triple range creep still down here behind the tower. So they're going to actually kill out at least one or maybe just 1 or 2 of those melee creeps. So will be some lost experience for General.
Seneko may still be able to hold the creep wave in front of the tower. We'll see. Pressure from Jill's a bit too much. Roger grabs a creep wave again.
Roger.
This time, though, Roger might find himself in trouble. He already used his Fisher earlier. He slowed down enough. Yeah, they saw that immediately. Dream and Seneko were like, that is a kill. And they tip Roger before he even goes down. Now General's going to die as a result of that misplay from Roger. 2 kills to AS Monaco Gambit.
That was a massive misplay. They had just like kind of evened the lane on. Roger just walks up and literally just dies. That was weird moves. Similar to what we saw last game too from them. This bottom lane giving up some kills that probably shouldn't happen. Now Seneko gets a D ward as well. His camp is open.
Structures are fortified.
Bit of a disaster for Navi in the bottom lane again this game already at the start. 3 minutes. And they give up a big one.
How's this top lane going? See, I always want to fly 2 levels of the Thunder Strike, so he's playing very much in like splitting the experience.
Has been killed.
Needed there.
No way that you can pressure V-Tune up here. Just PL's base armor and just overall like base damage. He can freely last hit. Puck can't actually apply nearly as much pressure. And Earthspirit's more like this roamer. He actually doesn't apply the same lane pressure if he doesn't have some very strong hero to actually work with. And Puck can be that very strong hero, but not into what he's up against. There's one of those better zoners.
Well, it is time to roam. 4-minute power runes are coming up, and Roger does not make the rotation here. He's too busy trying to deal with Seneko, so it looks like Gambit should be able to secure a power rune for no one, which we know these refills on bottles are very effective.
Yeah, actually surprising to see Roger do that move too, because he may have body blocked the hard camp for a second, but it had already spawned, and then he actually just pulls it on Seneko. So Roger's movement so far not really working out too much for their start. Iceberg, he'll find himself an ice armor creep. As I said, he always either gets a wolf or an ice armor when he's playing the mid-doom.
Boiling rage.
Back in the Roger.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Hefty amount of damage he's taken.
This is actually a much better creep than the Alpha Wolf. It really does feel. He's just trading hits with no one, and no one's actually kind of not winning that trade because of this. 11 armor on the Doom. That damage doesn't actually come through at all.
Illusion.
As Immersion, we'll get the kick away. We'll secure himself his rune.
From the tempest of battle.
same time. Seneko, even if he's not getting the bounty runes, he grabbed one of those boars, and boy, that boar is super effective. With the extra damage by enchant, with level 2 enchant at that, he's got enough to be able to slow down Roger again here. Fortunately, the Fisher will block out the boar, but Seneko can still kind of fight around this area. He's going to go for a TP out. That TP will not make it, though. So that is a support that is going to be out of lane for another 30 seconds.
Yeah, but honestly, if I was Seneko, I would tip them right back. I'd be like, congratulations, you chased me all the way to the ruin, and Dream is getting a free lane. You guys already have thrown your lane. So I would honestly immediately tip back if I was them, changes on Seneko.
Yeah.
Because he's done his job. He's done the damage already. This laning phase for bottom for Navi has been a pretty big disaster, honestly.
No, for sure. Dream's a full level up. It looks like Merchant's going to be able to get the opening on Always Wanna Fly. So they kind of need something like that. Trying to see how important the laning phase is for both this game 1 and 2, and if Gambit can secure both the side lanes winning, they'll be pretty happy. Of course, I say winning lightly. As you pointed out, really just cannot pressure beat his highest CS on the board.
Yeah, but that means that, this greed is paying off. It's a PA Morphling lineup, and your PA is able to get this farm, so it's looking pretty nice. It just also, when you're seeing Iceberg really pull out ahead this time around versus that Morphling.
Certainly is. General dies again here in this bottom lane, and now we're beginning to see the Beastmasters actually becoming a bit of a liability.
They have to play so much more I mean, this PA is 6 now. They have to play this lane super passive just to catch back up. Pull waves, creep manipulation as best as possible. This could be the real big thorn in Navi's side. Like, I don't know how General is going to find himself to catch back up. They're going to have some big moves across the lanes to be able to allow this Beastmaster to have a game, as the surround is coming from Gambit on the
Yeah, I didn't think he'd get this kill. It would be massive. Iceberg knowing having much regen left. He just has a fairy fire. Is that going to be enough? No, it's not. The coil and the infinite shot from Seneko make sure that he does die. 5-2 now with AS Monaco Gambit taking a small but decent lead here in the laning phase.
Yeah, they do. It does force them to move 4 heroes over there, but when they have PA free farming, they can do this. Like, they know that they can't apply the pressure onto V-Tune anyway. Their PA is free farming. Might as well shut down the mid when they are playing with these greedy supports like an Earthshaker.
Do you feel like they have enough answers to Phantom Lancer?
They could. The fact that the PA is farming so well, I want to say yes, because I think the PA is going to be enough if he's able to get this early of his Battle Fury. Like, he's getting full free farm down here. The other heroes do not pertain to the PL, so it's really going to be Dream that one to control the PL illusions. So it could still be problematic for them to actually deal with this V-Tune PL once he turns up, because if the PA ends up getting doomed in the fight, then they just can't deal with these overwhelming illusions that are going to become. So still looks like it's going to be a pretty hard game for them, but they're off to a very good start here.
Yeah, poor General. Still level 4. 4 is just not that scary.
What?
Roger.
They're trying to bail him out.
Yeah, they
Iceberg.
rotated mid. He smoked up Iceberg so they can go ahead and get a good Dream rotation in. They're going to spot Dream. Oh, bit of a misclick there, but Dream, no way out of this one, really. So he's going to go down. Small chance that he gets denied, perhaps, but unlikely. The King's going to come in, trying to slow him down as best as possible. V2 keeps up. Merchant quick rolls out of the way before Roger can catch up. So big rotation this time to bottom lane as a mid.
Dire's middle
B2 gets the last hit too. That's very nice. Enable him a little bit faster to get this defusal timing. And then he can actually show up to fight. So that's one thing where maybe Navi's looking to play around that timing of the defusal, and then Morphling's pretty hard counter because of that. And PA doesn't want to fight. So in that situation, Navi could have some very good fights kicking off with the PL.
Merchant throws a kick out. They're going to try and take out Roger while he's still silenced, and they do. And Iceberg's not much of a threat without the Doom, but he is going to stay in front of Merchant here, making sure that he can't actually roll away. Still, though, the pressure has already had its effect. It's taken that mid tower with no one's more.
Not too bad. Pretty. All things considered, it's very even early on here. It's just General who's really the one suffering a lot. Seneko's actually ahead of him, and now he keeps taking his board. He's actually has Medallion already finished on the edge, so that'll be nice for his PA.
Top tower is under attack.
But PA's gonna get doomed in pretty much all these scenarios, so I'm just still gonna be watching out for that. And it's gonna be this like these two carries that are able to carry the game for Gambit, and they are having a pretty decent start, but is it going to be enough to deal with the PL? Because we do see V2, and he's getting a little out of control. Pre-defusal.
Yeah, he tried to chase down the Enchantress there, which is really, you know, I'm looking at this, they really don't have good ways to kill this Enchantress. Especially with Medallion already, a nice roll-in kick from Immersion helps secure the kill for no one. Once again, AS Monaco Gambit are willing to just run all over the place, outnumber Navi if necessary, and it still feels like because of the way the laning phase has gone, it feels like they're taking small wins and pushing bigger and bigger advantages. No one being able to take that mid tower. Now Dream is assaulting top while no one's also going for bottom tower. I mean, this is max greed here, Fog.
Radiant's middle tower.
They're taking advantage of these cooldowns. The supports being very low level on the side of Navi, still not hitting the level 6 at 11 minutes after eating Tome. And it feels like they're fully reliant on Doom at the moment. So they see Iceberg TP top, they swap around. They're just avoiding this Doom very nicely here and distributing their wealth. As Seneko pushes up a bit far, but he's just fine. He's got that untouchable now.
What is it that is allowing AS Monaco roll in from Immersion right as Roger tries to go up to the high ground? They had a plan for him. What do you think it is that is allowing AS Monaco? Oh, that was a whip and a half. Afterlife.
Dire's middle
Guess
tower.
didn't expect always want to fly to keep moving forward in that situation. And misses the coil. Still gets the kill though. I was trying to ask.
What were we saying, Cap?
What it was that AS Monaco Gambit are able to make these greedy lineups and just like win the early games so well.
I think having this Morphling versus that Doom matchup makes a big difference. That's why they, like, it was a Doom picked into the Morph, but just the lane in general, he can't take advantage of it. Where I've seen a lot of times Iceberg is this Doom, he kills the mid laner as soon as he hits 6. He just literally runs them down. And this one, he can't. So I feel like it is greed from both sides as well. Where I feel like Doom mid can be greedy, I feel like that's where Gambit raises the greed and it ends up working out for them. That's why they pick these two hard carries in a way versus that Doom.
So with the Enchantress neutralizing the Beastmaster and then the Morphling neutralizing the Doom, your only playmaker left at that point in time is a Phantomites here, and he doesn't want to do any of that. He wants to hit creeps.
Yep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They do have the 6 though. They do have these big team fights on the Earthshaker and the Disruptor that can kick off. And can be that blanket as well, where it's, you know, Iceberg, as mentioned, he needs to doom the right target, but they always have that AoE silence. It's going to be really nice for Disruptor versus Morphling. And versus PA. And versus Puck. I mean, very mobile cores that we do see on the side of Gambit.
Does manage to get up the cliff. Always want to fly. Still going to die here is the rest of Navi on the run. They wanted to be able to stay their only remaining tier 1 tower, but not meant to be, as AS Monaco Gambit bring everybody to this top lane and continue a team to look for engagement.
The book will get cleaned up again. So 2 of those little summons for no one. The TP's coming in. V2, he's got Defusal.
Oh, nice Fisher block. Seneko kind of stuck here, not able to make it down. They're going to turn around and go for him. They have a 3-man coil there on the back line, but it's just pretty much for Gambit to escape. They leave Seneko behind.
And now Navi's actually going to play as 5 more. Now PL can actually be a hero on the map. Even though V2 was turning up to some fights before, with Defusal, it's a totally different monster. Now they actually have their lineup kicking in together.
Look at Birds on the high ground. He sees this read coming, kicks them, rolls out before the Fisher happens, and immediately taunts them with some chat wheel.
Navi feeling themselves a bit of a power spike here. And Gambit, they want to be able to chill back and farm a little. They'll be able to fight with their 4, but they also just want Dream to be able to keep this triangle for himself. So controlling this area very important for them, so that their PA can actually keep up and be that solution for the PL. We do know V2 is going to be a big problem for the majority of those heroes. And yeah, he's immediately going to rush the heart. He's just going for all that HP, because then he solves the 4 heroes. He solves Morphling, he solves Earth Spirit, solves Puck, doesn't have to worry about Enchantress, besides Enchantress taking over his own illusion. It's just going to be that PA to deal with all that huge HP of a PL. So then it's, right, and then Iceberg, it should be an easier job for him. Then his main priority should just be always doom the PA.
Gambit, they're going to strike right back here. This top lane rolling into our old General, man. He's just not going to have it. Great game 3.
No, he's not. They have a lot of ways to just get on these targets. I like these. I mean, the 4 heroes that they have, right? Very mobile. Morphling, Puck, Earth Spirit, even PA, they can all, if they get on a target, they'll kill them incredibly fast. Navi is getting caught out while they are split up, and still a ways from Roger having a Blink Dagger, too. Still about 600 or so away. So it's a bit harder for them to actually make any type of initiations on Navi, while we see Gambit just making all the moves.
Prize.
B2 jumps up mid. He has always want to fly behind, maybe waiting for an attempt and a static storm on no one, but no one doesn't take the bait. And no one has a Ethereal Blade done. So he's off to a good timing himself. Not to address the PL, but just to have his own game.
Tower is under attack.
This will allow him to, especially as like a 2-position Morphling, feel like you're a little bit more free to just kind of like dive in there and execute one of the supports. And then just morph strength and just try and create some chaos while your true carry comes in and cleans up.
Yeah, they can mess with the idea of Navi's draft. These two very far back, wanting to play far back supports can just get instantly killed from Earth Spirit and Morphling. As Iceberg has BKB.
He's really gonna have to try and hold off on it here, but that might have been too much, Iceberg. Oh, regen! It barely kept him alive there, as the last shot from the Enchantress was not enough.
Dire's top tower is
I cannot believe how long he held that BKB, and now Doom is wasted. Afterlife, he just eats the Doom, and now that's a long time where Navi, they can't really be aggressive. They don't have to blink on the Earthshaker, and Doom is their only real way to start and kick off fights. Beastmaster General's game is out of it, so he can't actually catch anything. I can't believe how long he held that.
Yeah, seriously. He really did not want to use that fresh BKB charge. Oh, there goes the shotgun. There it goes. Always want to flood. Bye-bye. Well, big question is, who's going to be taking this Roshan fast? Snako does have, with the medallion, they've got the minus armor enough to enable the Morphling to really take Roshan.
And there's no Doom. They've got good wards set up. And Roger, still no Blink Dagger. He's going back to pick it up if he sells his Tangle or Salve or something like that, but this is happening too quick, and now it's a PA with an Aegis versus a Doom lineup.
Yeah, even worse if they try and rotate over now, but it's too late. So it's not even like they got a whole lot of farm out of it. I mean, General is hovering around the area. The two supports kind of moved over, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, it is B2 hitting the triangle, trying to work on that heart. That being said, I don't want to, I have been very impressed with some of these carries that rush heart, most notably the Bristleback, but I've seen it with Phantom Lancer too. It feels like heart is such a strong item.
Yeah, I've seen it on like even Troll Warlords. I saw it being built up like after like their second or third item. I've been seeing a lot more hearts picked up on these carries. People really do like it. It keeps you consistent in the fights. Like your regen is just always persisting. It makes these like if you don't have heroes to address the illusions, it makes it even harder because then these newly fresh illusions just keep coming out with more and more help if you're not hitting the PL.
Dire's top tower
it is quite strong.
Attack.
And you know, V-Tune, as we're saying, you know, PA is having a great game and all, but V-Tune is keeping up and he's keeping ahead.
Yeah. It's always slightly ahead of
Radiant's
Dream.
bottom tower
This
is under
tower,
attack.
it looks rare times Dream does manage to eclipse him. Only up by 3K, went for the death, so.
Oh, he went greedy, okay. And they actually did give that Aegis to the Morphling.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
We haven't seen a static storm this game either. I feel like we're having a lot of people just not keen to go to look for their spell usage, just not looking to use them on any bad targets, just want to get like the perfect fights.
Kick out. General leaving behind his Necrominions to try and threaten Gambit. They'll all TP away. That is actually quite notable, Fog, that you bring up that point, because thinking back to game one when AS Monaco Gambit were behind, remember just all the active plays they were trying to make. They were smoking nonstop. They're going to find Snako here. It felt like they were always trying to like do something, make plays to change the course of the game. And Navi, I felt like, have been very much the opposite in this game too. And when they're down, it almost feels like they get more passive and wait for mistakes to be made by Gambit.
Yeah, it is a bit weird to say. It's like 20 minutes and we haven't seen the Disruptor get a static storm off this. They are walking into triangle, get a ward down. Can't quite find a good glimpse target, though.
Yeah, really good silence
Radiant's
there from
middle
Immersion
tower
as
is under
a
attack.
response.
Haste.
There's the heart. So V2, he's extremely ready to fight. We'll have to see how it all kicks up, how they actually deal with these illusions. Gotta be eyes on the PA to do so. Gone for a greedy build on the PA.
General
Play
just
General
cannot
again.
go anywhere and can't seem to do a whole lot. Afterlife wants a bigger target. They ignore, always want to fly in favor of Roger here. And with the coil and silence, they should kill him pretty easily. Double kill for Dream.
Easy ways into the back line.
Now they're just going to 5-man up, apparently. Thinking about just poking out the high ground, seeing if they can force, who's that still on the board? Iceberg is the one that's not at home right now. He's trying to hit the mid-tier 1 tower, but it is always dangerous to push high ground against a disruptor. And you're seeing exactly why that glimpse can pull you back into an awkward position.
Radiant's middle tower
And
is
if
under
anything,
attack.
that's just going to waste some time there of Gambit while Iceberg hit out that mid wave and pushed it into the tower. He's going to go find Boundary.
Radiant's middle tower is
I
under
was going to say, I
attack.
think they have to smoke out and look to fight. I don't feel like you can just sit back and let Gambit do whatever they want. Like it's been way too long of this game where it's been this incredibly passive play from Navi. I feel like you have to look for
Radiant's
some
middle
opportunities.
tower
You're not
is under
roaring, you're not
attack.
static zooming, you're not dooming, you're not echo slamming. You're letting Gambit dictate the pace of play. They just keep finding Taneko.
Yeah, much like when Always Want to Fly was constantly being the one being
Radiant's middle
found
tower
from all
is
these
under
smoke
attack.
gangs. Both these fine positions of Gambit and Navi are doing a good job of positioning themselves between where the enemy could be and where their team is, making sure that potential smokes always break on them first.
V2 is just massive. That's why I'm feeling like Navi should be hunting a little bit more. Maybe this Aegis is putting them off from trying to go for this play, but either way, I'm seeing a lot of heroes split up. Like Afterlife is showing bottom, Morphling is just showing mid. They do have a lot of information on Navi. They're just not being able to capitalize on it too well.
Attack.
Yeah, he's really like
Still
them
good
to
spot.
at least
Fortified.
finish off this mid tower. But
They're
no one.
trying.
15 seconds on the Aegis, so it's getting about that time where Navi
Radiant's middle
perhaps
tower
be a little
has
bit more
fallen.
confident with the glimpse back. No one. 5 more seconds. They're waiting and waiting and waiting. 3 more, holding off a little bit longer. 2, 1. Aegis expires, and now they just let loose. No one. He's certainly going to be dying under this onslaught, but Dream, he pumps out a little power of his own. He quickly kills General, now tries to bounce back. V2 charging backwards here, trying to use that Phantom Rush to be able to get as far away from Gambit as they are. A tsunami rushing forward. They're going to take over Iceberg, melt him down real quick. Afterlife, with the buyback coming out from Always Want to Fly, he's going to be caught inside the static storm. They kill him. Taneko, he's got to be careful. Fortunately, the Untouchable will do a lot for him there. No one. He's almost burned out of mana here. He's got to be a bit careful, especially if he gets glimpsed back. Nice. He brings into the Phantom Blast here. Ultra kill. Rampage coming up for Dream. His PS is taking out everybody in the backline. More bad eyes are coming in. Dream, man fighting up against V2. V2 does have another doppelganger up, and 1 more second. Immersion's been hunting him this entire time. Silence goes out. They catch up a little bit longer. Taneko gives him an opening. Turn around. There goes the shot. Roger, is that enough? A little bit more. Dream is so low, but V2, he got shotgun. He was etherealed, and he couldn't finish it off, but Dream does finally go down. They get the kill. V2 with this heart. He charges the other direction. He goes up the hill with the neutrals. The Phantom Rush. He gets to the other side. Now he doppelgangers again, and I feel like that's it. They can't kill him anymore. If anything, they've got to get back. Iceberg's coming in with the Shivas to be able to slow him down. No one's been burned out of mana. Bit by bit, they will take him down, pick him apart. No one goes down. Afterlife potentially next year. The coil goes out. Ooh, snaps himself on that one. V2 though, what a play. The heart doing some serious work keeping him alive in that team fight, Bug.
Yeah, Dream picks up the BKB toward the end of the fight, cleans up the backline, gets a Rampage doing over 9,000 damage in the fight, but also the PL doing 9,000 damage in the fight as he's able to survive, kite around, get his doppels, and just get that heart regen just fully kicking in. And that's why we're seeing it picked up so much. Even if you're getting hit, you're just always still regenning, and he's able to hold his ground. I think we're going to have a pretty crazy battle of the carries coming out in this game.
Yeah, it certainly seems like, and now he's got the SNY coming in, so even less time that he is kind of has to play a timeout whenever these silences come in from the Earth Spirit or the Puck. He's just got to make sure he's always doppelganger, right? And that heart regen just kind of offsets so much of his damage that kind of flies around. He's going to go ahead and see if he can backdoor this tier 1 tower at the top lane. He's got some allies behind him too, so it should be.
Are fortified.
What level was he before the fight, actually? I feel like he was only level... I think he had 3 levels from the fight on the PL, by the way.
Well, Glimpse back into the Static Storm. They managed to get Emerging this time around. He's most of the time been able to stay ahead of them, but this time between the Hawk and the Glimpse, they do catch him before and roll away.
And all this, too, definitely important to point out that no one died. He did buy back, and he died again. So his game has gotten slowed down a lot, and now that's where I feel like if you're Iceberg, now you really just doom the PA. Now they just don't have a way to kill the PL at all. And if you get a doom on PA, it feels like the fights are just over from there on out.
Yeah, and
he's going to do the build. He's going to go the Axe, yeah. The 100-second cooldown, applies the break, just ruins PA completely.
Now that'll make a non-factor in these team fights, and the fact that he's halfway there, but it's beginning to feel like it's Gambit who are may have to like pick up the pace a little bit and do something. If they let this Navi squad farm up this Aghanim stuff, team fights are going to be very rough for them.
Absolutely, and they don't even have the shard yet on the Shaker. I've actually seen him. He was queuing up an Aether Lens. I really don't want to see him buy that. Just buy the shard. Yeah. If Roger gets that, I feel like the fights really are going to be quite difficult for Gambit. Like Dream has to make so much happen out of his 9-second 9-second BKB. He has to kill pretty much everybody else and isolate the PL somehow, just like they did the last time. And it feels like it's just going to get harder and harder as the PL is getting more and more online, and the other heroes are getting tankier. You know, this Iceberg Doom has a Shiva. So it's not like he's squishy by any means. If they mess up at all killing him, they're screwed in the fight. As Dream, he shows himself Iceberg. Can't get the Doom though.
Yeah, Sineko, they had that untouchable. The sad thing is for both him and for no one, these are heroes that can survive relatively long time in these engagements, but the Glimpse just makes it so they're pulled so far out of position that it doesn't matter what kind of survivability they have.
Yeah, and they don't deal with PL. That's, you know, PL was picked as this super hard counter to Morphling throughout forever, throughout the history of Dota, really.
Are scanning.
V2 level 20. So, I mean, yeah, he's getting quite a bit stronger. And Dream, he is getting stronger too, but it's Dream is playing versus Doom, which I'm just gonna keep harping on. It's gonna get doomed, and then it's gonna be the Morphling to deal with that PL. And it doesn't feel like he's gonna be able to. The Afterlife is found.
The Hawk gets the vision. He's gonna sell fuels for as long as he can now. He still has a chance to be able to get out of here, especially with the sounds going out. Afterlife is pulled back by the Glimpse. He did still have the orb out. The Primal Orb from long range is gonna be able to catch Merchant, but immediately BKB doomed up Dream. He jumps in and has to run. He's got to get out of here. Fortunately, the coil will slow down everything. They can reset this fight and perhaps even re-engage if they choose to. Afterlife certainly wants to, it's looking like. He's going to play around a little bit with his orb. Jumps out, Dream. Quickly kills Roger on the side. A big crit. James. Oh, Iceberg. He lost about half his health for that one, but Dream has just been caught up in this Phantom Blast. He's being burned out of all of his mana. Once again, he flips back in, but no one comes in and finishes off General. They still can't do anything about V-Tune, though. He does way too much damage, and he is just this giant wave of illusions that they can't touch. He's full health all the time. It is bit by bit burning him down.
Radiant's top tower.
I think Navi's really just identifying that fact that they can't touch the PL. If PA is unable to hit the PL illusions, they do not have anyone else to do anything to them. Puck, Orb, Waveform, etc. just does nothing at this point. Big fight for Navi, and they didn't even have to have the Echo Slam. Roger gets caught in the sidelines during all of it by a silence, does die. And that was the reset. That was the re-go from Gambit. They chose to try to go back into there, and they lose Dream on that. That says a whole lot. As V2, that's pre-MKB too. He's getting close to having an MKB to deal with that evasion's coming up from the PA. Sure, his illusions doesn't get it, but this will help a lot anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of things that AoE damage that they could get. We've got the Waveform attacks targets at level 20 for no one, but his game has been so stalled that it feels like it's not going to be that impactful. There's level 25 where you get the triple dagger. That might help in being able to like just pump out damage and deal with this giant zoo of illusions that they're currently. Yeah,
I don't know what they really get either, because the only thing I see them being able to itemize on any hero is actually Dream if he gets his Ag Shard, which sounds ridiculous, but it applies a break, and you can actually stop the PL from making illusions and stuff like that. But he's already the solution for the PL, so I don't feel like he can actually go for that type of item, because he's just getting focused anyway. So I don't know what they can actually do on the rest of their heroes. It's only a 1k gold lead for Navi, but they don't have the solution for the PL at this point at all. And this is PA's just gonna get doomed and focus fire completely every single fight. The rest of the heroes will just die to illusions.
You know, it's funny, despite what we're seeing and like the analysis, that the game is saying, no. Gambit definitely have the advantage here. And it's probably, you know, they just look at it like late game PA, late game Morphling. These heroes don't lose. But team fight wise, it hasn't been looking hot for AS Monaco Gambit. Maybe if they get the right kind of initiation, things could change pretty dramatically, especially if they get a coil onto this Phantom Lens.
They have to somehow control him, and they have to really just ensure that the Doom does not get casted. They have to just not let Dream get doomed. Because the Aghanims is done. So if Dream gets doomed, absolutely over of a fight. Level 3 Doom online now too.
He dropped a ward. That ward is spotted by the sentry. Both teams knew that the other was lined up here.
Radiant's courier
A re-smoke here. They're going to go ahead and jump into the triangle. And don't tell me that Gambit are going to do something similar here. Is they're actually going to smoke up?
They're gonna smoke. They know that this is the fight. Like, Navi knows that this is their biggest fight. If they win this fight, they just likely win the game completely. As Naco. No worries about
Naco. Coil only onto one. Iceberg charged forward with BKB and immediately identifies the PA. And here comes V-Tune as well with a broken PA. He is very easy for them to be able to just go on and take apart. The Doom's not gonna last much longer, but they've got the kill anyway. Jumping forward, Roger gets in front of Immersion, getting a second kill for them. And everybody else from AS Monaco Gambit looks like has already disengaged. We're 2 for 1, but a big win for Navi as once again they kill Green. Farther and farther down that net worth, man. Oh, they found Seneko too.
A prize healing power.
Goodbye, Seneko. Slow and painful death for you.
Slowly swinging that enchanted totem.
Iceberg's like, never mind, you're not worth it. See you later. Roche is up. You're not. Screw you.
Screw it. He doesn't have a TP. What is he possibly going to do?
And now, the thing is, too, is about this Aghanims on the Doom, it lowers the cooldown as well. So look at the cooldown, look at PA's respawn time.
Yeah.
This just feels like the game plan for Navi at this point is just so easy to execute, and it feels like Gambit has to play the 4D chess in order to somehow try to find a way to take these fights. They have to do something, though, because these next few fights, Dream just has to be able to protect himself somehow. Like, someone has to buy Lincolns or anything to protect this man.
Yeah, it's looking like 5-on-5s are not the play anymore for Gambit. They've got to try and split people. Oh, no! Tried to jump in and finish off Roger. Roger gets off the Fissure. And now he's going to have to use the Waning Rift to escape here. Does have the... Oh, he jumped a little bit too soon. Afterlife. Okay, he's got a blink and a lot of charges. Sadly, though, he's got nothing left. Godlike for V-Tune. Well, a little bit of a bungle there. As Navi, they are going to make sure they are not picked apart, moving together as 5, really bail each other out wherever they go.
Hey, just PL, V-Tune, just lead the charge. No one can kill you.
Yeah.
Even if PA jumps you, PA doesn't kill PL fast by any means. You see Dream, he already knows what he needs to get next in this game. He's got the Rapier queued up as he's just getting targeted. And I feel like Iceberg, anytime he sees this PI on the map, just immediately run at him.
You know what? He does have enough damage to kill. Always want to fly. See if he gets out, though. BKB, TP, he's good.
Iceberg! Oh, he's trying to run in to get it.
He tried.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Still, though, you can see they are free to farm wherever they go. Dream, not quite so lucky. He's been running down this lane for a long time. Hasn't hit a creep in a while.
Can't show his face.
Yeah.
If he shows at all, like you're just gonna see this Doom immediately beeline at him with the spider legs, with everything too. Lanes are being forced out. Bottom is in a good position for Gambit right now, but yeah, this looming pressure, this PL, V-Tune, there's a reason why they picked it for him this game. 10-0-6. He saw the opportunity versus the supports, versus the limited damage, and he's done perfect, honestly. General, definitely having the most struggle in the game. Him and Roger still not having the best last 2 games for themselves. 1-7, 4-9, but they're still doing a decent amount of their jobs. You know, they're just enabling the PL.
Yeah, these Gambit definitely came into this and said, okay, we're gonna keep letting you have the Beastmaster. We think we have the counters to it. And I mean, that says a lot about confidence considering how badly that first game went. They just decided to run it back 2 different times and say, okay, you can have it. We're confident that we're going to be able to address it, and boy, have they. I mean, in general, just is near non-existent the last 2 games.
Yeah, they've definitely done a good job on that front. This game, it's just, yeah, this PL is just, he's just a bit too much for them to deal with, and I feel like Iceberg is having a much better time this game. He's actually finding targets, and he actually has the heroes to allow him to doom targets. Like these glimpses, these fissures, they're very impactful. Last game, we only saw the one doom, sure, but he just wasn't able to get the dooms off because the heroes were just walking away from him. Dream does show himself for a second up top. Immediately look at Iceberg. Spider legs pop.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That Cobalt's been there forever.
It has been. I actually thought Hawk at first. I was like, what the hell is whatever?
Yeah.
He's
Radiant's middle tower
he's got a
is
friend
under
now.
attack. Dire's
Somebody
bottom
dug that
tower
one up
is under
with
attack.
the shovel and just
Dire's
left it
structures
alone
are
there in the
fortified.
all by itself.
At least they
YouTube
left
says, okay, I've got another 2.5 minutes on the Aegis. I see you pushing down that bottom lane. We're not going to run around the map and
Dire's
try and
bottom tower
catch you
is
guys.
under attack.
I'm just going to force you to TP
Radiant
back. Otherwise, I'm going to take
structures
full
are
lane.
fortified.
And they have to get back. Dream, he's making the long way over. He's still a ways away from his rapier.
Yeah, he's actually kind of an awkward position here.
Dire's bottom
no TP
tower
available.
is fortified.
Might as well just farm in the meantime. I don't think they can really defend the racks too much. I mean, he's at least cutting the wave with his illusions mid, so they actually can't go for the racks here.
Okay.
And so Nico will push bottom. So some time bought.
Yeah, it's actually
Time is needed.
It's pretty good. I mean, because I think the most dangerous thing for Gambit right now is that the game ends before they get a chance to get this Divine Rapier, considering how far away it is. So that was a good amount of time
Dire's
bought.
bottom tower is under attack.
Hey, Sineko's even getting
going.
base damage. Look at this creep. Look at this solar crested plus 50 damage creep. Look at it.
I don't think Navi's respecting this at all.
Just look at this creep. It's tanking now. Look at this creep go. 18 armor.
What's happening?
Taking the tower.
My man just took a tier 2 and now potentially tier 3. They do get something for it. They go ahead and spot immersion and get a glimpse back on him. So, hey.
He's still going.
Hey,
He's got a range creep now.
Yeah, I mean, the tier 3's gone. Guys.
All right, well, he'll pay with his life in a second here, as if they see him, he's dead.
Radiant
Do they
are
see him, though?
scanning.
General?
Oh, he
We'll
got
see him.
TP'd out.
Healed.
It's going to go for now, but of course the roar is going to be there. He will slowly but surely die. And at the same time, though, what is this? They actually tried to coil up. The Doom went out onto the Morphling. This gives Dream finally a free opportunity to get in there and try to go for the deny. Afterlife, this is on that one. Dream cannot afford to die here. He's working his way up to that Divine Rapier. They're going for the all-in play, but they thought for a second they could have taken a small pick and brought down Iceberg, but they could not have been more wrong. Now they invested into half that Divine Rapier. They don't have a buyback on Dream, Bob.
I think Navi can just end the game. I think if they just start hitting the racks, they don't see these buybacks. They just go in. We're seeing it.
Radiant's middle
Afterlife
barracks
cutting the
are
wave
under
again, but they've
attack.
got a double catapult wave pushing in. And I think they probably saw that relic also in the bags. Yeah, they did. They're going Q for it. They know.
Yeah, you're going to have to buy back on no one. Somebody's going to have to clear out this creep wave. I mean, the following creep wave has been cut. Look at that.
Okay,
Black
they're going to give that respect.
refresher. Yeah, they are.
And yeah, the refresher's coming out. So Doom, another Doom's going to be up. It's up in 40 seconds anyway. He'll have another one before that, though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
B2
Radiant's
opting
top
for
tower
the
is
damage challenge. We've seen a lot more people go for critical strike.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, too many nerfs to the doppelganger one. Does seem. Yeah, he doesn't feel like he's not even worried about survivability anyway in this game, so.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
The racks does go down.
Radiant's
No one
top
trying to find any type of
barracks
farm. Can outside the base, trying to get these like new neutral items for themselves at the 37-minute mark. But now, double Dooms are ready. Iceberg has a Blink coming out and Abyssal for B2. They are more than ready to end this one.
They certainly are. Oh, it's like no one may be caught before. Yeah, he is. Glenn's back with the Doom. Immersion, trying to roll forward. I'm not sure for what, though. It's now he's certainly going to be dying here. Now that is an active step for Coil. They might not be able to kill, but they'll be invisibly. It stops the PA. Iceberg gets off the Doom just in time, and Dream. Oh, he came so close to being able to kill Iceberg and stop that big counter, but it didn't really matter, I think. B-Tune, he was just so damn big on that Phantom Lance for Navi. They will walk away the victors of this series. They were the favorites probably coming in, but this is certainly one of their toughest opponents yet at the group stage. AF Monaco Gambit certainly pushed them to the limit.
You can definitely see that they felt that pressure. Like, look at the way that they're taking the end of the game. I saw like Always Wanna Fly just like straight up like face palmed right after they win the game anyway. So that I think that says everything. They were definitely quite stressed out in this series, more than usual, when they've been playing their comfort. But yeah, this V2 PL, he really took over. I thought